Back in April of this year, the principals from school districts 203 and 204 drafted a letter to parents that beginning in the 2018-2019 school year, middle school football would be eliminated as a school-sanctioned after-school activity. Tackle football opportunities still exist at the club level with the Naperville Patriots, Naperville Chargers, and St. Raphael's, but no longer through the junior highs and middle schools. Whether it was fears of concussions or other serious injuries, or just increased interest in other sports or activities, both districts have seen tackle football participation numbers erode over the past few seasons, sometimes to the point where teams were forced to forfeit games due to lack of available players. This fall, both districts separately began flag football programs to fill the void left by tackle football. And right away, Gregory Middle School football coach Scott Schaefer noticed attendance numbers on the rise.
Our enrollment is up about 50% between both grade levels right now. So we've got about 40 kids right now, and we've been running about 30 for the last couple of years with tackle football. So we're definitely seeing an increase. The odd thing is we've lost a bunch of the kids that did play tackle football. They didn't come back out as 8th graders for flag, but we have a whole new crop of kids. And hopefully we get to appeal to a much broader range of kids with this.
It feels more important in a way because this is sort of for the school and for 7th grade. So that's sort of fun, being able to wear jerseys on game days, stuff like that.
Despite the absence of tackling, flag football still puts focus on fundamentals and other skill sets that could translate to tackle football once kids reach high school. District 203 even utilizes soft padded helmets to prepare kids for the experience of wearing a helmet during a game. High school coaches in both districts were consulted over the last year about the switch to flag, and people like Naperville North head coach Sean Drendel hoped that the new junior high programs will still prepare athletes for the high school game.
You just know you got to add a few more days in the summer where you're working on some skill work and try to really work on the technical part of football, and I don't think it's going to be a huge gap. I think it'll be a lot closer than you think. They are working on blocking and tackling. They're just not doing it in games. They're working on blocking a dummy. They're working on tackling a dummy. So they are working on it. It's just they're not doing it in games when they play flag.
For this season, Districts 203 and 204 will not play each other as they do in other sports, basketball, volleyball, and cross country. But the possibility remains open in the future. The flag football leagues offer the opportunity for both boys and girls to participate. But despite what some might think, the number of girls playing middle school football has not varied much in the first year of flag football.
Well, we've had 1 or 2 girls in the program every year so far, and this year we have 1 or 2 girls in the program.
Oh, okay.
I'm hoping in the future that it spreads out to a more co-ed kind of game. I'd love to see a little bit more competition, and it turns out most of the time the boys seem a little scared of the girls out there on the field. So it can be a lot of fun having them out there playing aggressively and putting a lot of people on edge as we try and execute some trickier stuff.
Some kids have been playing flag football for years. Others have played tackle for years, while others are experiencing their first year of any football. But the reason for being out there is universal.
Just having fun with my friends, having good times when you do something good, and just celebrating good moments.
Well, I find enjoyable about the teamwork and the fun that comes with playing, and facing other schools is another big component, I think.
Just being able to be with your friends and staying active and stuff like that.
One of the main goals in switching to flag football is to renew interest in the game of football with Naperville's youth. And at least in the case of Gregory's 7th grader Muffin Manikan-Swami, the plan appears to be working.
It's not much physical, and you start getting braver, and then maybe next year, and in inaugural, I might try tackle because this seems a pretty good start, and I kind of enjoy it.
For Sports Story Sunday, I'm Allie Coletta.